Truth is, you tune into the Royal Truth radio show on Little Raleigh radio station, starring Reese Royal, Royalty, Stars Pin, and yours truly, I am Queen Aisha. Truth is, your listening experience has just been upgraded. Truth is, we're ready. Are you? Here's your host, Reese Royal.
Hey, kings and queens, this is Reese Roy on Little Raleigh Radio, y'all, and I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling awesome today. I'm telling you, this has been one of those days, so I want to just spread that love with you all today, but you know how my show always has to begin. Our mission is to be informative with accurate knowledge, never too direct, but only guide you towards the truth. Let's thank God for life and our opportunity for all of us to come together. And a shout out, as always, to my mommy. Everybody know I'm a mama's boy. Love you, Linda B. Music director. I'm gonna tell you, that's my son Pumakazi, but he did his thing today because we have an awesome show about great artists, and I gave him a really challenge to find some good music. So every one of our shows, you can find that playlist on Spotify by the show's title. Because today, this is our 143rd show, you all. 143 shows. And this is actually, I'm looking forward to our fifth year, going into our sixth year, because we're renewed on for that too. But we got like five more shows for this year. Our last show will be December 11th. I'm speaking fast because I want to make sure I get all the time in for what we're about to give you today because I'm excited about it. Very much excited about it. As you know, our True Squad, I can read the text to you right now if I would say, because if you see on the list, Stars Pins, she's telling me she's upset. She cannot make it. She's stuck. She's going to try to get to the car and make it to the show. Sorry, y'all. But we know we love you and we understand that. So she's going to try to make it, but she may not be here. But so we're gonna speak up for her like we always do because one thing I can say, my my life defender boy, he's there always time. This is my bro. Yo, here's Mr. Royalty.
What's going on?
Hey,
How you
hey,
doing,
bro,
bro?
hey, bro. Now we didn't get a sound check, so in turn, y'all don't know we didn't get to do that. So we're doing without that right now. So gladly he can be heard, and there's no problems there. So no,
Yeah, I was trying to do a sound check as I was walking around BJ's. I was like, can you hear me, bro? But
man, I thought you were in the
I was,
jail.
nah, I'm trying to get things done while I can.
Oh, oh,
So I will be muting while I'm in the store so you won't get a lot of interference while you're playing music
well.
and talking and stuff like that.
Well, the good thing is, now if y'all were paid attention to the promotion I did today, I got a special surprise that was last minute, 24 hours brought in here. But y'all, let me be honored to say, we met through social media. But I laid myself out one time if I could possibly on social media. I tried, y'all. Y'all know how I feel about y'all, so I've been trying to work with social media the best I can because my personality, I don't know if it works for. But anyway, I was up there and I laid my heart out and I spoke my truth. And when I spoke my truth, somebody reached out to me and he said, "You know what? I like what you spoke on. I like the way you relate." Also, I got asked to be a actual speaker at an event because of that same actual speech I made. But I got the honor to meet this gentleman right here, so I asked him to be a special guest. So I guess he can fill in the spot today for our queen could not make it here. Y'all bring. I'm happy, and honored to bring to the stage here, Mr. Uncle Bishop Aaron McCary. How you doing, sir?
Great. How are you?
I'm
Hey,
great, and I'm
hey.
so glad you took the time out to come with us. And y'all, see, he's going to introduce himself to you all as he introduced himself to me and my brother as well. Uncle, just tell him a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a man that has lived life. I'm 61-year old.
Okay.
I'm from Georgia. Uh, Triplet. Have
Uh,
two triplet sisters. One unfortunately passed last year.
oh wow.
Uh, I've been in music, singing since I was knee high to a duck.
Oh wow.
Uh, Started out in the church, and it was real cute to put the triplets out, and the triplets would have to sing. I think probably three or four or five, something like that. And I've been singing. It stuck with me. My sisters had good voices, but they didn't do it like I did. And I went on and continued through school, grade school, singing and all that. And I ended up going to college. I received a full theater scholarship, and when I got there, I ended up getting a half scholarship in music and voice. So I was a theater major, voice minor, and we did like 30 main stage productions. And then after that, uh, I entered right at that. I did not finish school, but right at the time, because of life circumstances, I ended up meeting my wife, and uh, we've been married now 39 years this year.
Wow.
And then we moved. I moved to New Jersey to enter Bible college, and
Mhm.
I entered it, and graduated from that. And while I was there in New Jersey, then I started singing all, the East Coast, all up and down the East Coast, and all over everywhere. I sang more than what typically. I had a wide range of music. I sang a little bit of I sang church music, but it was more I was my voice was more operatic. So I had the
Oh,
opportunity to sing with the New Jersey Symphony Chorus. I was a chorus member and principal soloist with them for I think 5 seasons. And I sang in Moscow for the royal family, and did things like that. And I sang with a lot of stars. I've forgotten that I sang with some people until something reminds me of who I sang with.
well,
You know,
well, okay. Well, I'm gonna say you sat here and impressed me there for a moment. Everything that you spoke of, and as selfish as I'm gonna be, I might be talking about being a vocal coach after this show. But yes, I love. Well, actually, Orr is my favorite composer. I love Hondo as well. I've done a couple of "Sing Unto God" is one of my favorite pieces. But yeah, and I do know a little bit about that. Ed Carolina and doing that. So kudos to you and all of your endeavors and all of your accolades and feats and I mean, so the perfect person to go into y'all what our topics are today in this show. So I mean, as we normally do, your special guest. So in turn, I mean, I've got a chance to talk with you off camera as well as on phone. So and and you just I still floored me here with everything you said. But bruh, since you are, I think, out of the store at this particular moment, did you have any particular question that you would like to ask before we go on?
Well, not at the
no,
moment.
I can't think of anything right now, but I hope I can
No, I
contribute
asked, I
my.
asked my brother if he had any
No,
question for you.
Oh,
no,
okay. I
I
can't
know.
hear royalty
Oh, you can't hear me? Can you hear me
for
now?
some reason.
Can you still can't hear my brother? Can you,
Mm.
Oh, okay. Can
hmm,
you hear me, bruh?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
So we
Uh,
must have did it. Well, I don't have any questions at the moment right now, but go ahead and continue on with the show, and maybe we can fix that problem when you
okay.
play a song.
Okay, yeah, we'll do
I,
that then. At this point here, well, I was saying to y'all, well, I'm happy about bringing on Uncle and Uncle. I hope you already we calling you Unc because everybody gets me
I'm
on
right.
actually pronouncing my enunciation, everyone's voice of name. So I picked my nicknames on my own. But anyway, y'all, this we started the show today. It was actually on the top 5 best R&B artists. Okay, I I love the fact when I spoke to Uncle about this he has brought up the case and I said, well, where did this come from? So I checked it. It said from music experts, and it came from the Singers Room that they came up with this list of their top 5 R&B artists of all time. So I decided to come from 5 to 1 with you all. We're gonna highlight at least one song from each one of these artists, okay, and give you that feel of it. But my intent is for you all to tell me in your mind, you know, is this the right sequence for the one? Okay, number one, is this top 5 right? Then after we see if this top 5 is right, then we want to see if this top 5 is right, then are they in the right sequence? Okay. So this is how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna actually go ahead and first I'm gonna give you the first artist. And the way we do that is I'm gonna actually first play a song. We're gonna give you a little bit of the song that gives me and the team a little bit of a chance to speak on it a little bit with you all, okay? And then we're gonna go into all of the information and it really give you a chance and yourself to look at the information and see what you think. So the very first person on this top 5 list. At number 5, you all. At number 5 on this top 10 list, on this top 10. I'm sorry. In this top 5 list, we have Miss Mary J. Blige. So first, I'm gonna give y'all one of my favorites of her, and I give y'all credit. My music director picked the songs. I altered like I altered possibly something on here, bro. I'm gonna leave it up to you to think if this is a song that the music director picked or you think it's a song I picked, bro. So at first, y'all, we're gonna go right here from Miss Mary, okay? And we're gonna give you a little. She said it's she just fine. Mary J. Blige. We'll be right back.
You know I love music. And every time I hear something hot, it makes me want to move.
Okay, you all right. Now,
Okay,
this
you
is
want to
what
try to
we
just sound check now?
Yeah, now let's see. Can you hear? Can you hear my brother now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Okay, great. Now, y'all, while I thought it was the best way to try to do this, and I should have read it over so I've been prepared. If I make any mistakes, y'all, hey, I've seen many commentators make many mistakes, so I don't care. As we go here, this says number 5 is Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige has all sick and searching for love from the moment she burst onto the music scene. In 1992, at the age of 21, she released her debut album, What's the 411? The album was a massive success, blending hip hop beats with the soulful vocals. Okay, this seminal album included hits like Real Love and You Remind Me. And You Remind Me, that's definitely one of the songs that really gave me that. Okay, Mary J. Blige is no pretender. Her music echoes the pain from her heart, and millions of women worldwide relate. Her gritty, arresting voice and refreshing fusion of soul and hip hop earned her the nickname the Queen of Hip Hop Soul. Influenced by Aretha Franklin, Shaka Khan, Gladys Knight, Blige has forged a singular connection with female fans with music that relates inspirational tales of joy and pain, is what Billboard writes. We won't be tiring of Mary J. Blige anytime soon, according to experts. Review in essence, her sound bridges the sounds of the 70s, 80s with a rap wave of the 90s, created most of the modern era of the female R&B. Her classic Real Love, All I Need helped solidify the union between R&B and hip hop and gave her the way to sing rap of today. Crooners declaring love and lamenting loss over the bass heavy beats. And so with I think with 9 Grammys, okay, she has 9 Grammys so far. Currently, she's sold out tours of the latest effort of Good Morning Gorgeous. Mary J. Blige letting us know what the 411 and defining contemporary R&B. Okay, so in your minds, do y'all feel number 5? From this list right here, we're starting at 5. I definitely feel like she should be on the list, and I'm gonna tell you why I give her credit for being on the list of talking about all the R&B artists there are. It's hard to get a label as an artist, and you earn it and you own it and you keep it. Okay, and when she was given the title of Queen of Hip Hop Soul, she earned it, she earned it, and she got it, and she's kept it. And I feel like they're right. She's the one that really told her pain. I didn't know Just Fine was so slow, so short. So the song's about to end. But that's my take on that part here, y'all. So y'all can hear me right here, and then we get back on the show, and it gets to focus on my brother Royal and actually and Unc's view on that. So first and foremost, get your eyes to get together, and since the song's about to end, I'm gonna just go ahead and bring us back into the show and let y'all say what y'all feel about number 5. Okay, for 1 second. Hey y'all, and that was Mary J. Blige with Just Fine, one of my favorite songs off that list. And but in turn, bro, now let me ask you this: do you think this is a song that I picked, or do you think this is a song that your nephew picked?
Well, I'm gonna be a little optimistic here. I'm gonna say Pooh picked that one. My nephew picked that one.
Uh,
Um, it seems like a song that you would like, but I'm gonna say my nephew picked that
okay, you're right. Your nephew picked that one. There, you give
one.
me that. I give you that. I give you
Yeah, because that's a song that came out that his generation usually, I would go into like I don't know if you guys know the urban store Jimmy Jazz. I would go in Jimmy Jazz in Raleigh, North Carolina, and that album had just came out, and I saw the younger kids in the store jamming to Mary J, and
Yeah.
they were jamming to that song. That everybody was jamming to that album, and usually the younger era, the millennials or whomever you want to, whatever you want to call them, they usually kind of stick to their era, and they usually don't get into what I call our music,
Mm-hmm.
like we did with our parents. Um, at an earlier age. Usually they don't do that. But yeah, everybody was doing it. As far as your list goes, and I'm gonna let Unc speak, but as far as your list goes, I think she deserves that spot. I'm not gonna play the devil's advocate thing like I usually do and say something bad because I don't really have anything bad to say about Mary other than I'm going to just put it this way. The performances are different when they're live. I love Mary J. I love Mary J. However, I do think she sings with passion. You can actually feel what she's saying. I think she feels her music. I'm going down just fine. So when she's happy, when she's sad, when she's going through a breakup. You actually feel her music, and I can truly say, her owning that title, Queen of R&B Soul, she deserves it because when you get a title and you hold on to it for so long, there's so
Mm-hmm.
many artists that have come and go. There aren't many. We can throw Miss Queen Aretha in there, but there aren't many that have came and uh, and held a title for so
Title.
long.
Exactly. Kept that title. Exactly. I totally agree with you there. What's your feel on that?
I think it's a great choice. I think it may be I'm not trying to sound like I'm throwing a monkey wrench at it, but it sounds like it's generational,
Mm,
and what she deserves to be recognized in this list so far. We don't know who the other four are, and we aren't yet to have the knowledge of who they left off.
mm.
As Royalty was saying, there were some people that are still were still playing their music, and they well before Mary J. Blige. Even though I am a Mary J. Blige fan.
Okay, okay, and I like the way you put that. I'm a rock with it all, saying I guess to bring it unanimous. I do feel like she deserves on the list. Like I spoke off camera with saying because of her being able to hold, like my brother said, being able to hold the queen of R&B, queen of hip hop soul. She's been given both of those, and P Diddy did that. And when he said that, everybody and she was done, and it was it. I have to say, I remember he also dubbed what's my girl name? I love her to death though, but she's right now she's not doing as much. Keisha Cole. He dubbed her
Keisha
name,
Cole.
but it didn't land. It
Didn't
didn't
say.
stick. It didn't stick.
Now,
Go
I
ahead.
have one question. When did hip hop soul begin?
When did it
That
begin? That's a good one.
yes,
Because honestly, like he was saying, I remember, like my brother was saying, I was going everywhere, and you heard real love everywhere when you would walk and drive around. And then when you
right.
remind me, it was because it was a fusion that was bringing together at that time. But hip hop had already, and that's when we'll have to have a whole nother day of conversation of when these fusions started to happen, and they started calling it something. But it all still to
Well,
me comes back
Puffy
from
made
jazz. Go
Puffy
ahead, bro.
made the comment. He made the comment around 19. I want to say it was like 93 ish,
Mm.
maybe. Um, and I don't think he called it hip hop soul. I think he said R&B soul or R&B Queen of R&B soul or something like that.
She
He
said hip
dubbed
hop
her.
Yeah.
soul. She said hip
But
He
hop
did.
soul.
just to
He said
say, like we had I come up, it was just R&B.
Mm.
Now
yes.
they had R&B soul that would add to me a younger it would take out some of the older people because they don't play them as much on the radio, and put
Well,
in
I
somebody like Mary J, who should be played all the time, but they're not playing uh other people who would have the same kind of appeal
Uns-
like in my
I
day.
think I think and speaking of your day, our day, because we're not that far behind you, but I think Sean P. Diddy was smart when he added the title hip hop soul. so he wouldn't take away from
Right.
the older artists that are still relevant. I
Right.
mean,
Right.
Because no
you
one had
got
been dubbed that yet.
Aretha Franklin. They are relevant, and she's dubbed the Queen of Soul. So
Yes.
adding hip hop soul to that wouldn't be discrediting her. It wouldn't be
Exactly.
taking
Right.
anything away
Exactly.
from her. So I think
Good
that was
idea.
smart.
Right.
Exactly. I do agree. But y'all, let's jump because we don't want to take too much time here and not get through this whole entire list. At number four, you all. At number four, amazingly, I'm not going to say until after the fact this information, but it intrigued me that this was where it was, and as far as the numbers, it was the only one there. And so at this point here, y'all, I'm going to give you a number four, a number four track here. And let's bring up his info so I can actually try to read through that because there's a whole lot of it there. But as we go ahead and we continue, because there's some very intriguing information there. Here's "Never Too Much" by the number four artist, R&B best R&B artist of all time, Luther Vandross. There we go. Okay, you all, and as it goes.
I got to start on him.
Okay. Okay, and I'm going to give a little bit of this information. It's a whole lot, but some of what's intriguing. The ability to break barriers as an R&B artist isn't just for women, as Luther Vandross has proven through time and time again. Backing vocalist for Shaka, Diana Ross, Bette Midler, and I didn't even know about some of those at this, as well as a featured artist with studio groups. Changed Luther's broke through album, his first number one, Never Too Much, a silky tenor brand album, tenor branded him to an official ambassador of the sophisticated soul as his love themed singles Stop to Love, Here and Now, Dance with My Father, a duet on If the World Was Mine with Cheryl Lynn. Yes, The Best Things in Life Are Free with Miss Janet Jackson. Of course, yes, and this fiction became fixtures of the R&B charts through 2003, 2 years before his death. Okay, now bro, you spoke up so quickly here. You spoke up so
Well,
quickly here. So go
be,
ahead.
be, no, because Luther is one of those artists that I call infectious.
Okay.
Um, Meaning we lost
Yes.
Unc.
No,
Um,
no, we didn't. No, he's
oh,
still
oh,
there.
okay. No, so meaning as a kid, when Luther was at his prime, I mean, when I say a child, I was a child and was mesmerized by this man's voice. But I just want to say one thing, and I'm gonna let somebody else take over. Um, it's so amazing that you would hear this man did probably 15 or more cover songs. But I can guarantee you, when people hear those songs, because you mentioned one, it wasn't Luther's song. It was a cover.
Yeah, yeah,
It was a cover. Here and
yeah.
Now was a cover.
Here and Now. No,
I
no, no.
think Here and Now was
Not
a
Here and
cover,
Now was
wasn't it?
that he wrote that, but I know what you're talking about. He did on my cover. Long ago
That
and
was a cover.
That was a cover.
so far
Yes.
away. Yes, I fell in love with you. Yes, that
And
was.
and
Wow, I
and
never
he
knew that.
and I can't say, I have choice words to say that I can't say on the radio, but he, you know what, it on the people that actually sung the song and wrote
Yeah,
the song.
yeah, yeah. The Carpenter song. Yeah, he that was a Carpenter song. The Carpenters did that song first, and he ate that up. Yes, he did take over and his vocals. I'm gonna let you speak because my statement I think is gonna wrap with all of you, but I just want to make one last statement about Luther after you go.
Well, Luther is like my one of my top favorite all time anyway. But I had the honor and the privilege of meeting Luther and having a conversation with him.
Oh wow.
This is
Okay.
the last time he was at Carnegie Hall. He was getting ready to sing Carnegie Hall, and I worked for FedEx, and so I met up with him he was in the back. He wasn't smoking, but he was just outside taking a break by himself. And I passed by hi, Mr. Vandross, and
Wow.
and he said, "You know who I am?" I said, "Yeah." And then
Oh,
we talked for like 45 minutes. I was late
hold that
for
story
my
because
route
the
that
song
night.
by the end, his song real short too. Hold on. Okay. Hey, you all! That was never too much about Luther Vandross, I'm hating y'all missed this story. That's why I'm glad I brought you back in real quick here. I guess Unc had a very invigorating. One of those starstruck moments. I would say I would have because I don't know how we act if I saw him. Either way, now tell him real quick what you just told me about your interest with number 4 on the list here. Go ahead.
Yes, I got a chance to meet Luther Vandross. I was working for uh one of the federal companies that deliver. I
Okay.
won't call out the whole name, but and I was a courier, and I walked up and behind Carnegie Hall, I was delivering packages, and they were standing on the street, and I spoke and said, "Hello, Mr. Vandross." That's where I put it, and he went, "Oh, you know who I am?" And I went, "Yes," and we talked for 30, 40 minutes. I was
Why would
late
he
that
not
night.
think you recognize him? Is what I'm trying to understand. Why would he
Yeah,
not think you would recognize
I don't
him?
know. He was very nice. The only caveat to
Very
my
humble.
being able to
Very
continue
humble.
to talk to him was that I needed to shoo away the pigeons that kept coming around us because he was afraid of the pigeons. So
Okay.
as long as I shooed the pigeons away, we talked until I finally I had to go because I had to finish delivering packages and picking up packages. But
Wow.
he's one of my old time favorite singers. I
Okay.
didn't know he was doing a lot of those things undercover, covering other people's songs.
Oh yeah.
I had no
Yeah.
idea.
I think he just said you can call him the master of that. Uh,
Yeah.
um, and you got to give him the master because, like you said, you didn't
So
even know that song. So yeah,
songs I give him credit for, somebody else probably wrote and did it before.
yeah, but give him credit as a great composer himself too. Got to give him that,
Yes.
y'all. We're not
Yes.
gonna rush through him, but y'all, if you want, he has a discography that's like no other. So if you do not know it, please go spend some time with it. Like they mentioned, let me go back because those songs they
He's an
mentioned were
incredible
perfect.
background singer.
Oh yes, and I didn't know. I thought he background for Patty. 'Cause I thought he was the biggest Patty fan. Is what I remember. But
Yes.
the songs y'all also and if y'all haven't heard this one, please go listen to this one. And it's called, and I see that's again, okay, bro. I forgot we didn't get to ask you that. Okay, with this song right here, Never Too Much. Do you think it's something I picked or your nephew picked?
You picked that one.
Uh,
No, he did. He did. But I would have not picked that.
True
I would
enough.
have picked the song with Martha Wash. No, he did a duet with Miss Martha Wash, and I don't think there's any duet ever to me better than the Luther Vandross and the Martha Wash. I who have nothing. Okay,
I
if you
just
want
saw that recently. Yes.
that song is amazing to hear Martha Wash and Luther Vandross run together. It makes no sense. It is amazing. Period. It is amazing. And y'all, the next one on our list at number 3. This is one I think Uncle's gonna, and I think I'm gonna ride with Uncle on this side of the fence here. That there's so many artists, but I do understand why we make this list under certain circumstances, but still, it's still there. Y'all, let's take a moment here and we're gonna play a little bit of called Vision of Love by the number 3 artist, Mariah Carey. Okay, you all. At number 3 on this list, we have Miss Mariah Carey. Okay, she has jumped ahead a decade or two. Okay, we have to jump. We have to jump ahead a decade or two, until we reach Mariah Carey upon the music scene. Making a just point that Unc just made, which is a good point they made, because that's true. I'm really trying to figure it out. It doesn't matter who decides the debate or her skills. No one can deny that Mariah Carey is legendary. She has an enormous 6 octave vocal range, which I know that is very unique because the notes she hear, I think dogs can hear, are both sweet and
In
sensual.
her natural voice.
And she's capable of producing sounds that no one can hear. No one else can. I'm sorry, I do they hear it, as well as using Elizabeth technique. Okay, Mariah Carey. What I will say about Mariah Carey, is that number one? Yes, that those notes she can hit that are amazing. I give her that credit, and also genius to write a Christmas song that goes to number one every single year. So you have a number one song
Every year.
every year. You
Every
have a
year.
number one song every year just because you did a
Every
Christmas song.
year.
And just like this, just like Silent Night by the Temptations, a song that will hit the chart every year, no matter if you release something or not. So give her kudos for that, making herself relevant, relevant at that point where you cannot act like she's not there. Okay, so I want to give her credit for that reason. Now, go ahead. Let me let you go ahead and speak on Mariah at number three at this point.
Yeah, Mariah is Mother Christmas to me because
Okay,
I can't think of her without thinking of uh
all I want for
All I
Christmas.
Want for Christmas, and I think she's a wonderful singer. It makes me question the list and who's choosing and who's picking, but I think she's a good choice.
I, I I can't dispute you on it. And now, but also let me give her one more credit too, y'all. I like the fact she writes all her music too. I gotta give her credit for
Yeah.
that too. Being a writer is not a very easy thing, so I give her credit, bro. Bro, what do you have to say about Vision? Because I see these songs in it. We must be having good conversation. Or these songs
Well,
are short as I don't know what. But go ahead.
I wanted to say the same thing as I wanted to question that list because although, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Okay.
hear you.
Although I love Mariah Carey,
Mm-hmm.
I mean I think Luther need to be in the one or two spot, but I don't know how the list goes, so I'll wait to see. But I'm just saying.
Yep.
Okay,
Did I lose
y'all.
you
That
all?
was Mariah Carey, "Vision of Love," and we're back, and we were singing, and we all keeping it real on the Royal Truth. We don't do how to do anything else but that. But as we talk about this list, there's a little discrepancy when we get here to number three. I'm gonna be as real, but I do agree with the team with that. I can give her a lot of accolades. Yes, I really can. We can give her those seven octaves. I mean, six octaves. Excuse me. Don't give her an extra one she don't have. So her six octaves. I can give her credit for having a number one song every year. I can give her credit for being a good writer on her music. But I can't give her this is as far as an R&B artist at number three. I can't do it either. None of us want to give it to her, and so we're gonna be kind with this one right here, and just pass by this like this not happened, and just say we spoke about it, but we ain't gonna be about it, and we're gonna let it go. But we're gonna go here. We got to go here because this is one. There was no question of it being on the list, y'all. We're gonna take a moment and talk about a natural woman, Aretha Franklin, number two. Look out on the morning rain. I used to feel so okay, you all, we're here. There could never be a credible list of R&B artists without mentioning this icon right here. Aretha
Never.
Franklin, exclusive talent, a heartfelt performer that makes her stand out. Her powerful move people with her songs with oh my god. Okay, that was scary there. Okay, I don't know what that was. There was a bug, and he had to go. I was her powerful moves, her power to move people with her songs was felt globally. As a songwriter, a pianist, a vocalist, she left an everlasting imprint on the industry. One thing that I felt when I read about information that I had to give her credit for is that she won the and I wrote it down here, the Presidential Medal of Freedom she received. And she also is the first lady to be enlisted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Let me get your all take. Since you were the guest here and brother's always bringing it in at the end there. What is your feel? Do you feel that what's your feeling on number two? There we go.
I
There we
think
go.
I think she definitely deserves a spot. However, I think it still continues to be overlooked. My introduction to Aretha Franklin was not through R&B or soul, anything like it was through gospel. She did as much for gospel and still doing her songs, still playing her gospel songs, still playing as she did for rock and roll and everything else.
I, I hate, we age of 12, I think a lot of people now after her passing got to see those two documentaries about her life and about what she has done, her ability, how her son, how she was down there with Clara Ward and who was dating her father,
Yeah,
and I mean all of the her ability vocally, her technique vocally of how she presents herself as a vocalist, her status will forever be felt. And that's why when she got, and that's the funny thing about that. I wanted to mention this when we were talking at number five with Mariah. I'm sorry, Mariah Carey. I can't believe it stuck in my head. At number five with Mary J. Blige, um, he dubbed her the Queen of Hip Hop Soul when she came out, and she had to prove it, and she did. Queen, the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, she wasn't dubbed that when she first came out. She
mm,
earned it through so many years that no one else could actually do what she did. She took respect from Otis Redding and made it her own. Like he didn't never do the song ever. You know what I'm saying? So that's again goes back to what we're speaking about that. So as an artist and her ability and what she did during her era of her time, um, duly noted for the position that she holds. Oh my God, these music are moving too fast. Oh yeah, these songs are short. I don't know what. Hold 1 second. Y'all got a little sneak in there. If you're on the radio, you gotta sneak in knowing who number one is. So you can't tell nobody right now. You gotta hold out. You can't tell nobody. Because right now we're gonna go back into what we were discussing. We were speaking on the Queen, this Queen Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul. And she is ranked here at number 2 on this chart as we were speaking on the greatest artist R&B at the time. She technically and right after her passing, she had received the most Grammys for a female. Now it's held by Miss Beyonce Knowles. But before that, Aretha Franklin had more Grammys than any other artist, any other female artist, until Beyonce just passed her. I just personally, like I said, now I feel the Grammys are easier to get than they were before. That's how I'm gonna leave that there because Miss Donna Ross never got one at all. So in turn, that kind of can tell you how it just deals with the industry and how the industry runs. Industry is not telling you the best music in the world. I mean, I've just accepted that. It gives you unique things that came out and really hit the industry in a way, and they all paid attention to it. But I don't think it's always saying you what's the best. But y'all, go ahead. I mean, I guess real quick here on the Queen, bro. What is your take on the Queen at number 2?
Well, you already knew when you mentioned Mary J, I mentioned Aretha. So, I mean, I'm curious now, and I think I know who number one is going to be. But I think her place is right. But like Unc said, she did a lot more and for music, and it was mostly gospel music, not just R&B.
Mm-hmm.
But her being dubbed that because she has a soulful voice, I don't care if she did more gospel music or not. You can have a soulful voice even in the gospel.
yeah,
So
Yes, yes, yes,
she
yes, yes,
did.
yes, yes. You can. And but see her voice, though. I mean, wow, y'all. I watched this thing. This guy does the techniques, and he was just watching Rita smoke for most of her career, and it was just her ability to her. It showed he showed how her range got smaller, which automatically happens when you get older, regardless. But yet
Hmm.
her range adjusted, and how she found new ways of doing new runs with her changing her voice. That is amazing. Okay, y'all, and some people y'all just don't know as a
True
vocalist.
artistry.
You got to, I've been called a tenor virtuoso only once or twice in my life, and I feel honored by that because they said I really know how to run and to control and do something with my voice, and that's what that's all about. So again, number 2, you all, well earned. We all in unanimous control. They're saying yes. Aretha Franklin definitely need to be on this list, and definitely need to be as high as she is now. Now, what we're gonna do? I think I'm gonna be slick with this. Do I want to do this like this? We're gonna take a moment first. What we're gonna do now is I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna jump real quick. I'm gonna do this because that would be sneaky here. We're gonna leave number one for the last moment of the show. Right now, I'm gonna jump real quick and give me do that's what I'm saying. When you're when you're in the studio by yourself, y'all, and you got to do everything, I tell you, it's not a fair deal. I'm just gonna put it to like that. It's not a fair deal because you have to do every single thing for yourself. So anyway,
At the box office.
all right, you all.
At the box office.
Got to use her voice because she's in there and she's not here with us.
Let's
That's Queen.
get
That's
into
it.
some politics.
Okay, now we need to do all that.
It
All right, now this week I can't guarantee y'all I'm going to see any of the movies on this top five whatsoever. But number five, The Blind, don't have any idea what it's about. I'm not gonna lie to you all. The Creator, number four, have no idea what it's about. I'm not gonna lie to you about it. Okay, Saw X. I didn't see Saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I'm not gonna go see Saw X. And that's 10. I ain't see any of those things. I saw the first one, and that was enough to chop his foot off. So I'm not gonna see that one. Don't have any idea about that either. So don't have me tell you that lie. Paw Patrol. My granddaughter has not asked me to go see this movie yet. Until
I
she
got your
tells me
grandson. I'm going.
if I have to, I will. And number one, with 27.2 million is The Exorcist. I didn't see The Believer, Exorcist Believer. I didn't see the first one, so I will not see this one either. Y'all know I always report the box office. That's your numbers. If anybody wants to tell us in the notes, in the comments about any of these movies, please feel free. We can't give you anything other than telling you that this past weekend, number one, The Exorcist Believer. That's about all I can tell you. And so and I'm sorry. That's I can't give you anything else. But that was
at the box office.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this: when I was a kid, I saw The Exorcist as a child because my parents told me not to watch it, and I was scared out of my life. Every time that commercial come on my TV, and I'm a grown a man right now, I turn it off.
because you ain't down with it, bro.
Not
I
down
don't
with
even
it.
know what it's about.
Not
That
down with
ain't.
it.
No, I ain't
I
either.
I just and then if you hear the stories from the lady that played in the first Exorcist and the things that were happening to her in real life after
Hmm.
that movie,
Yes.
I don't play around with the devil.
And you're not supposed to. And that's our point of y'all. Number one, you all. Number one with a bullet. And I think we got to say they deserve it. Let's listen to right now the number one artist. I'm Your
Oh,
Baby Tonight, Miss Whitney Houston.
Oh,
Okay. All right, bro. Before we go any further, did I or your nephew pick this song? Oh no. I'm sorry. Go back. Aretha Franklin. Did I or your nephew pick that song?
which one was it again?
Natural Woman. You made me feel like a natural woman.
I'm gonna
you did.
I'm gonna say y'all probably both agreed to that one. I'm gonna say that was probably one that is so popular that Pooh knows, and
Mhm.
um, I'm gonna say both of y'all probably agreed to that one.
Mariah Carey, Vision of Love.
Mariah Carey, Vision of Love. That don't seem like one of your highest,
You.
one of the songs that you would like the best. I'm gonna say Pooh picked that one.
I think
Okay.
race.
I'm gonna crack up on you and say, and now since we're at the end of this, and all right, let me give you real quick. Whitney Houston. I'm a Baby Tonight. Which
I'm
me
your
and your
baby tonight.
yeah, me and your
With
nephew.
Whitney Houston, I'm your baby tonight. That's to me, that's a tough one too, because I know you love Whitney, but that just don't seem like to me one of your favorites,
Uh huh.
if you will, because I mean, that to me it just don't seem like one of your favorites. It just seems like a popular song that if it's between you and Pooh picking, all right, Pooh know that song. Oh, I'm gonna pick this one because I know this one.
Well, I'm gonna go right here.
But you
Vision of
picked it.
Love.
You picked
Vision
it.
of Love. I picked. He picked
Okay.
emotion. He wanted to put emotions. I remove emotions, and I put Vision of Love. Okay. You
Okay.
made me feel like a natural woman. He picked it. I loved it, and that has no need to change it. Whitney Houston's I'm
Okay.
Your Baby Tonight. He picked How Will I Know? And I changed it to I'm Your Baby Tonight. So
Okay.
so it was kind of we played back and forth with each other on that. I have to admit on that. But you all, since y'all know it now, I'm just gonna. I'm not gonna read through her because it's so many accolades. But first, number one, the most awarded female artist of all time, over 600 awards. 600 awards. Okay, the first woman to debut at number one on the Billboard Hit 100 and the Billboard 200. The first artist to ever be number one in the U.S. and the U.K. at the same time. Um, her she brought every piece of what a female artist from the Donna Ross to Aretha Franklin to Dionne Warwick to Gladys Knight. She brought every essence of what a female artist was, all put together with a vocal that cannot be matched. So I honestly have to give the credit that what she did and how she did it, will never be matched again. She took "I Will Always Love You," which I truly loved already from Miss Dolly Parton, and made it her own. And even Dolly Parton had to stop her car because she said she couldn't believe. And that song already resonated me from the best little whorehouse in Texas, where that song came from. And actually, I enjoyed the song, and she stayed at number one for 14 weeks. So I'm putting myself out of the ring right now to just say I have to give credit to this artist right here. She did things no other artist will probably ever do again. Okay, what's your feelings?
I agree with you. I would have picked a different song of
What song you gonna
hers.
pick?
Uh, when you said it a moment
I'll
ago.
always love you.
Uh, yeah,
I was gonna pick that. I ain't, but it was I ain't want to
that's
go
the
slow at
song.
the end, but I would have picked that too. Honestly, I would have. I
And
mean,
I think she was a great artist. Tragic how weren't able to harness some of her personal issues to keep her alive. But there'll be nobody else like her. No one.
no, I agree.
There's some that sound like her,
And she learned from
but
CC. Who she learned from CC?
let me tell you, all the way back to when she sang with the Star Spangled Banner.
And it went into the top 10. It debuted in the chart.
It's
No,
one of my
hold on, come on
favorite
back.
songs of hers, the Star Spangled Banner.
Hey y'all, that was Whitney Houston. I'm your baby tonight, and yes, that is the number one R&B artist of all time. Duly deserved, and any no question about it. We have to say that her accolades are beyond anyone else's and deserve that. And so excuse me for
You know,
interrupting. I just want to get us back on the air. What were you saying? Your last statement? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm just saying how how great she was. And but now looking at the whole list, it I don't know. I think it was a little ageism of compiling this list, even though there's some great choices on here. There's some other choices that I
good.
probably would have thrown in there, but
I,
they probably don't call them R&B.
You see now, you're right. There's something we can go back, and I mean, I'm gonna still give some credit to some people who made some other amazing movements too. So I truly agree with you. I think this list doesn't age well. It doesn't age correctly. It's more and I think that I really would want to see the age of the person who actually wrote it because of the fact Mariah Carey made the list. That's kind of where I would be at it. Those other artists
Yeah,
though would still be in the top 10 somewhere. We got to give them all
yeah,
the credit, if not all in that spots. Because honestly, I mean, it's crazy for me to say this. I would give James Brown some credit for some things that he did.
yes.
So in
That's what I
terms,
thought of earlier.
so
And
I
Mariah's a great artist and a great choice, but I don't see her up there in top five.
no,
But
no.
I'm seeing her barely make top 10 because
I
there's so many other
so
people in front of her.
totally
with,
agree.
with
Uncle, go ahead.
so many other people with longevity.
Yeah. So I mean,
So
so what? I mean, I'm sorry, we jumped off that part of Mariah. What is your feeling, Whitney?
so
You
Unc said, and because I'm going to go outside, so I'm gonna let Unc take it over. But he mentioned something about the Star Spangled Banner, and I'm gonna let him continue on with that.
oh yeah,
Um,
oh yeah, oh yeah,
but
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
think she was
yeah.
one of the first that did her, that really did her own rendition of that song, and she changed that song, and people performing it forever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But go ahead,
but
Unc.
I call it not a she didn't change the rendition. She she gave her own interpretation.
She's
So
the
it
only
was
one
the
in
Star
charge.
Spangled, it was the Star Spangled Banner, but she gave it an interpretation that will never be forgotten. Yeah, and that last note, Lord, look, I'm from the church, and you want to go off in the Holy Ghost, Baptist fit, and that last note.
Yeah, yo, and also y'all give the credit. I mean, because y'all know I'm the nerd in that area. It's the only time that the banner has ever made it to the charts. She made the top 20 with the Star Spangled Banner. Who does that? Okay, you might well say Lil Lamb, right? And she made it to the chart with that song. So y'all know hands down, it is what it is. She deserves that credit. Y'all, we had to jump real quick because I said we are really over, but I'm so happy to have our special guest here. Unc is really being Uncle Bishop. Aaron has been giving us his view and his viewpoint on these things. So I really am glad you're here. So thank you still, regardless of that. And now, I'm not only have one.
You know what time it is. It's time for the royal announcement.
Yes, you are. And honestly, when it comes to the royal announcements today, we only have one that I'm actually bringing to the table with you right now. This one is all our shows are done for the year, y'all. Love and Laughter is done for the year, but we will be back in February. Special guest for that first show, White Owl. So we'll talk about that. That's gonna be February 2nd. But Reese Royal is performing once again, and Derek, my partner, is doing his little thing, is his pre-Thanksgiving Veterans Evening with the Stars. Old school soul. You're gonna have Tish Martin there. You're gonna wish Tish is my girl, Tish Songbird. We know we had her on the show. Don't forget that. A.G. Thomas, Robin West, okay, Anthony Wade Sr., Terry Wiley, Hood Rock Band, and I don't know, and the Intent Squad. But also just been added to this list, Reese Royal will be performing as well. He'll be performing this show on November 11th. Please come out there and then support us all. We're going to give you a little bit of that old school soul, and I hope you enjoy that time with us. And if you do want to get some of our merch, my brother's not wearing his shirt today, but we got my best friend up here showing his shirt of the Love and Laughter. Or you can actually get the Royal Truth, but the Royal Truth has a new design, y'all. Get your new design Royal Truth t-shirt. I'm about to send my brother his, and we all gonna have our new Royal Truth. If you want the old one, you can still get that one as well, or you get the Love and Laughter design if you like. So either one of these are at your choice. You can just go to claimyourthrone.org, hit shop, and pick your shirt out, okay? And so again, I wanted to still at this point, now let's go let that play for a little bit there and just take it down. But I do so much appreciate you making it to the show today and helping us out here on our top 10 R&B artists of all time. And you in your intro giving all your information makes me want to say I do hope you are able to make it back to the show next on the 23rd, because you already know what the topic is and we discussed it already. And I will let y'all know if you're watching the show now, so you will come back. Over 40 to 50% of marriages, first marriages, end in divorce. But this is not the crazy thing. The second marriage, its number of ending in divorce is 60 to 67%. So it doesn't get better, it gets worse. So if you get in a marriage and you get divorced, don't wait. I mean, it's your view. Do what you want to do, but I don't think it's a good idea because it's not going to give you what you want, because it only gets worse. So that means if you don't do it right the first time, your odds are even worse for the second time. That's what that's basically saying. And we're going to discuss this next week. And I hope Queen Stars Pens is here so she can actually give her feedback on that and her vote. And I've been working on it on a Stars Pen. Stars Pen. Trying to figure out, make sure I say it in a way so she says I'm respecting her name. Like I said a few minutes ago, I appreciate you so much for coming in and doing this show with us. Is there anything you want to
Yes,
leave
thank
people
you,
with real
thank you.
quick? Go ahead and also you got a little responsibility before you tell everybody whatever you want to say. We always leave everybody with a final word of the day. And so when you say whatever you want to feel, just tell us your final word of the day before we end the show today, and tell us what your feel is. What you want to leave the people with today.
I just I want to say something I heard uh earlier this week that stuck with me that it makes sense. Uh, finish. I think I'm quoting it right. Finish hurt, meaning those hurt feelings, those things, those disappointments, whether it's parents, teachers, marriage, or whatever you disappointed in. Learn how to forgive, even when you haven't been asked to forgive them, because that forgiveness helps you and propels you forward.
All right.
Love.
Oh my. Oh, bruh, did you do that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
did you do that? Okay, he did that. I ain't gonna mess with that. Okay, bruh, what's your final word with everybody today?
Well, I don't even want to say mine now, so no, but I'll keep it short, sweet, and simple. You know how we do it, bro, because we had a conversation today or earlier, yesterday, I think it was, and how we always relate to what we're talking about. But I just want to say failure is not an option, it's a choice.
Yes. Yes.
Automatically. Okay,
Yes.
because in turn, if you sit down, what do you expect to happen? You get bed sores, y'all. Better get your ass up. You know what I mean? The need for that. I honestly, y'all, I didn't think of a word. I just thought about making it to this show. I missed last time. I forgive. I was sick and didn't make it. And this is my y'all. Y'all don't realize I don't get to see my brother. My brother is very important to so many people. So this is my time with my brother actually as well. So in turn, I gotta make sure I make it to this show so I can spend time with him. So my word for today actually is not going to be any of those things. Love is what I always want to give you. Love, period. I want y'all to all find love. But I'm also going to give you another word because it's out, just came out on September 19th. And now that it's officially out here for everybody to take a heed of, I want to leave y'all with that word today. And that word is petty. So if anyone that told you they love you today, we love you. And I hope you all will come back and be with us on October 23rd for that show. Peace and love. Why you always gotta be so? 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 Why you always gotta be so?
Okay, bro.
You always gotta be so. Why you always gotta be so? 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 I kiss you, say I love you, I repeat.